I talked to Lone on Facebook the other day about this video making thing, or at least I think that's what we talked about. I can't really remember. And she came up with the idea to talk about how we discovered Kaizers Orchestra and our relationship to it, how we feel about it, how it makes us feel, and all that. And I know she's already done hers. She did it like yesterday or the day before that, I can't remember. And I think she said that hers was like 44 minutes, 34 minutes, I think she said. I don't think mine will be quite so long, but well, by the way, I'm excited about seeing that video. I think it's interesting, but I thought I'd do the same. Not that I have a particularly long story with them, because I've only known them since January this year. Late January, early February, I can't remember really. But around that time, that's when I found out about them, discovered them, if you like. And the story is really that, well, in reality, it starts all the way back to January 2010. The 1st of January 2010, my parents told me that they were getting a divorce. And that's traumatic, of course. And it was a marvelous date, 1st of January. Have a lovely year. Well, anyway, it was hard, of course, and I had a lot of anger, and I was mad, and I was upset and all that, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. What happened was, my mum moved away from my dad in February, moved to here. By the way, I've changed the setting, you see? I used to be in my room. I'm in my kitchen right now because I'm home alone. I haven't been the other times I've made a video. So now I'm in the kitchen, there's a lot more light. Anyway, we moved here in February, but my dad lives like 10 minutes away, so it's okay and all that. And, my sister and I, we were coping, I think, as well as you can. But I can't remember if it was March or April, but my mum had this new boyfriend, and she asked if we would like to meet him. Or she didn't ask if we would like to meet them, she just said he's coming over tomorrow or something like that. And I was, I wasn't excited, but it wasn't because I didn't want to either, but because, it was only a few months later. And it wasn't because, well, I wasn't excited about it, but it wasn't because I didn't want to either. So he came over, and I think that's one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had. I have never cried so much in my entire life as I did that day, as I did that night. I cried all night, because he obviously stayed over for the night. How lovely. And I hadn't been angry before that. I had just been upset, but I had been coping because I've got, amazing friends who had helped me through it. So I was kind of okay. But then that happened, and it was awful, and I had a lot of anger. And the entire year, I wasn't really myself. I wasn't the normal, happy, bubbly me that I used to be, and that I am today. Or I'm happier today, really. But it wasn't that all year. But I kind of forgot. I didn't forget about this new boyfriend. They're not dating anymore, by the way. I don't think so. I don't hope so. I haven't seen him since. I didn't forget about him, but it kind of went into the back of my mind, to the background, because in October I think I met my father's new girlfriend, and I love her. I loved her from the moment I met her. She's amazing. I love her. So that was a good experience. So that went well. But someday in, actually not someday, I can remember the exact date. In December, something reminded me of the day that he was here. I can't remember what, because a lot of other stuff happened. And it was in the night, and I got so upset about whatever it was, and went upstairs to my room and cried a bit. And you know how music can kind of express how you feel sometimes. Like if you're upset, you listen to sad music. If you're in love, you listen to romantic songs and all that. So kind of like music can express the feelings that you can't talk about, that you can't explain. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to listen to. I was so angry that day. I wasn't. I was upset, yes, but I was so angry that day because he had ruined stuff, you know. And I went on YouTube and looked up this Danish rapper that I like. I'm not usually into like rap and hip hop. It's not really me. I like some of it, but not all. But this guy, he's called LOC, and he's quite amazing. He writes so amazing lyrics, and at that point he was part of this rap band. They called themselves an emo band. They weren't. They was just rap. They were well translated into English. Their band was called Suicide. Really. And so I looked them up because I quite liked them, and they wrote text that I thought might express what I was feeling at that point. And so I did, and this guy LOC, he came up, those I like related videos, I think they call it on YouTube. And I went to hear some of his music because I like it, And I saw out in the related videos again on a video of one of his songs that he had done kind of like not a duet, but he had performed together with this Danish rock band called Nephew on this big festival. Number of times with a song called Hospital, and I listened to that and I thought, wow, how have I knew about that band because they played in the radio, not often but sometimes, and in 2006 they had this huge hit that everybody my age, everybody knows that song, or at least the chorus, everybody knows it. What chorus, sorry. And so I started listening to them and fell completely in love with them and was completely obsessed with them. And then in late January and early February, I can't remember what it was, but it was around that time, I learned that that Nephew had worked together with these Norwegian guys called Kaizers Orchestra. And I decided to listen to them because I thought, well, my favorite band likes them, so maybe I'll like them too. And the first song that I listened to, I guess it was because it was the first that came up when I, searched it on YouTube, was Umba til du dør. And the first few times I heard it, I wasn't so sure on whether I liked it or not. It was, it was kind of weird, the music, very, very weird. I just heard that song, by the way. It was really, really weird, and I like weird, of course, but I didn't know, I wasn't quite so sure, but something about it made me listen to it again and again and again, and I can't even remember how it happened, but I started listening to more of their songs. Mainly the songs from Violetta Violetta, because that album had just been released at that point. Of course, they were released at the end of January, I believe. And I fell in love with them completely. I still listen. I didn't listen to them quite as much as I listened to Nephew. Well, there was a point in, I think, I can't remember, March or April something. Not April, March-ish, that I listened a lot to Kaizers, but not as much as I do now. Still, I only heard like the same 6-7 songs, and I can't even remember which one it was. But that was kind of it. And then I learned that they were going to play at this, Tivoli Gardens, which is in Copenhagen, which is the capital of Denmark. There's this kind of amusement park that is, like 100 years old, more than that, called Tivoli Gardens. And every Friday in like the summer period and early autumn, they have a concert every Friday. It's called Fredagsrock, Friday Rock. And wow, it's raining really, really hard right now, by the way. Anyway, and I learned that Kaizers were going to play at at this at Friday Rock on the 12th of August, and this was in like May or something, so it was really far away for me. But I decided I really wanted to go. That I really wanted to. I wasn't obsessed with Kaizers at that point. I liked them, but not as much as I liked Nephew. And but the time finally came, and I went to the gig on the 12th of August, alone, by the way, because no one I knew liked them, and it was indescribable. I don't know what happened. It was just it was amazing, and I've been completely obsessed with them ever since that day. And I don't know. It was just, yeah, I don't know. It was fantastic. It was like kind of like they played a lot of songs that I didn't even know because I hadn't been listening to. I hadn't been listening to albums like Machinery and not so much to Vore Demoner and not so much to Evig Pint either. It was kind of like, and not even all of the songs on Un Petit Deux, only a few of them. All of Violetta, I've been listening a lot to that. I love that album. I still do. So I didn't know a lot of the songs that they played, but you know how you just go with it. You just sing your lungs out, even though you have no idea what the words are. You just do because everybody else is doing it, and it's kind of like just something you do because everybody's doing it, and you get caught up in it, and it's just amazing. That is also one of the reasons that I absolutely adore going to concerts. So that was kind of how it happened, really. And at the same time, I got really started on Tumblr in the beginning of the summer, and so I just went Kaisers crazy on Tumblr after that gig and got to know all the amazing people that I know now, and I'm really happy for that, really. That was kind of my Kaisers story, I think. There's not really much more to tell. I can tell that I own no CDs by them. I own nothing. The only thing I think I don't have all of their albums on my iPod, but I have most of them. Um, and that's really the only thing I have with them. Yeah, I don't have anything like merchandise. I don't have any albums, or DVDs, or anything. I really want to get them, obviously, but I haven't had, well, time I have had, but money I haven't had. I'm kind of seeking for a way to end this video right now, but I can't really come up with something. So I'm just gonna take some water because my throat is really sore and I need something soothing, and say bye. Oh, and please make a video like this if you're a Kaisers fan as well. I'd love to hear it. Bye.